So you want to know what happens to our character after the 2033 season when we win potentially our last Stanley Cup, because now we are 31 years old and the decline is going to start right now in this offseason. We just had a Hart, Art, Conn Smythe, and Stanley Cup winning season in the same year. This is officially the end of our prime. So let's just have a video where we go through some of the milestones and we go through what exactly happens to my character after his prime, now that he is aging and on the decline all the way to retirement, when I'll retire him at, I don't know, 36 or 37, depends if we're chasing something. But let's get to free agency now. And the only way I'm leaving the Rangers is if it's to go back to Edmonton, to go to Toronto, or to go to Washington. Washington, because we have the Avalanche. You know, we're not going to sign with the Avalanche. The Rangers, $11.5 million for the next 2 years, so we're going to re-sign with the Rangers. They should have a pretty good roster still. We're going to lose McDavid, but it's okay. It's going to be fine. We should have enough cap space to sign Menard and maybe do something else in free agency. But basically, I wanted maybe the Capitals because it's an Ovechkin build. Capitals didn't offer me a contract. It is what it is. We're not going to go to the Avalanche. I don't know what their roster's looking like either, all right? So this is going to be kind of a career sim video, but for the remainder of our character's career, for the post-prime years of our career, for the decline, basically. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see if we can hit Wayne Gretzky's 894 goals record. I don't know if we can. We're about to find out. We're going to have a few milestones in this video, so let's get it. And the very first milestone that we come across is 19 games into our 33-34 season. This one is against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's going to be at Madison Square Garden. And the reason why this seemingly random game is important is because that is our 1,000th game. We have 1,502 points, so we're basically right smack dab at 1.5 points per game, which is a little bit higher than McDavid's current career pace. So our first 999 games were a success. Let's see about game number 1,000.
Great job. Well, prior to puck drop tonight, 1,000 games was honored with a silver stick. What does that mean?
Well, it means a lot to the player, of course, but also to his family and his parents who had supported him the whole way up. 1,000 times you've gone to work and done a good job, so you still get to play. It's a really nice milestone.
Yes, sir. When you get 1,000 games, you do have the silver stick cutscene, which is absolutely awesome. I love that it's in the game. It's one of the best parts about Be A Pro is getting those very unique cutscenes. Some of you don't even know or didn't even know that it was in the game. Indeed, it is. I wasn't sure if it was going to show up in game 1,000 or if it was going to show up in game 1,001 or the equivalent of your first home game after you played your 1,000th game, but turns out it's one game after. I guess they did that so that a road game wouldn't glitch it out. So it was pretty good. We had some highlights from game number 1,000. We had a couple of points in there, snipe, and a couple of apples, but ultimately, man, we finally got game number 1,000, and now we're on to 800 goals.
Dishes it to Anthony. Quick feed to Svechnikov. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Here's a backhand. Scores! 3 is the magic number.
Man, that goalie is getting just torched down there. 3 in a row here. He doesn't need too many chances to score. That's one of the reasons he leads his team in goals. He's got a great finish when he gets the opportunity.
It wasn't planned, but it happened. 38th goal of the season, 800th of our career. We ended up scoring another one in that same game, but hey, it happened this way, man. Had to go against the Boston Bruins, my former team. That was special. We have 102 points in 81 games, only 39 goals, but I mean, are you really going to complain with 102 points? I don't think you are, especially once, you know, you're getting later than your 30s, like you're on the wrong side of 30, still producing over 100 points. That's pretty darn good as we end our first season post-prime. As you will see in one moment, we are no longer at 99 overall. We are 98, so our character is declining now. We lose in the conference finals to the Detroit Red Wings. You know what? It's not our prime anymore, man. We don't get to play these games other than for milestones. We just don't get to do it. I am interested, though, in what we did in this playoff run. We had, oh my goodness, 21 points in 19 games. We're still producing over a point per game in the playoffs. That was not our fault, but that is the end of our first year post our prime. It turns out we did not score 94 goals or more. Shocking, I know. But we did end up scoring more than the previous season with 41 and 117 points. We made the playoffs as the second seed in our division, and I figured now would be a very good time to go and look at one of our friends, because at an 82 overall, it's looking like it might be Connor McDavid's very last season. And he is, oh, well, he reunited with Kyler Yamamoto, so that's kind of cool. But at 38 years old, 81 overall. He was 82 halfway through the year, so he is plummeting in ability, still getting almost 50 assists, though. And let's just look if this is, yeah, he played 82 games. So if this is indeed Connor McDavid's last season, he will end up with, oh my goodness, 1,500 games, 1,954 points, 1,204 assists. That has to be top 3 all time, maybe even top 2. Holy actually, I don't know, man. It's definitely up there. It's definitely top 3. He also 750 goals as a passer. Connor McDavid ended up having an incredible career. Like, honestly, he had an awesome career. That is wild. And that's kind of cool, though. He went Edmonton, he went New York Rangers, and then he looks like he's going to end his career with the Los Angeles Kings. So, similar kind of path to Wayne Gretzky. But, hey, he's still playing 17 minutes. He got 50 assists, bro. Hold on. I mean, if he wants to try and get a 50-point season to reach 2,000 points, he could do it, man. He could stick around, and I'm sure he still has some puck-playing ability and all that stuff, so I'm sure he could do it if he wants to, but I don't know if he will. 2 back-to-back overtime losses to end the season. We are out in the first round of the playoffs, so that's a little bit of a decline of the New York Rangers as well. We are headed to free agency, though, so, I mean, there's a possibility. If the Hurricanes want your boy, we could reunite with Lionel Fraze, and if not, it's either going to be, like I said, Edmonton, Toronto, or Washington. Other than that, I'm just going to stay as a New York Ranger, and that's where we will retire, kind of like Wayne Gretzky, because I feel like it would be really, really cool to beat Wayne Gretzky's goal-scoring record as a New York Ranger. Hold on, what have we just done? Personal on behalf of the New York Rangers organization for winning the Art Ross. Well, there you go. We won some hardware. Oh, look at that. Okay. It's Lady Bing. Don't really care. But, I mean, what if we signed with the Panthers and played with Sorey? That would be hilarious. That would actually be hilarious. But I don't feel like it's that time. I feel like we're going to stick with the Rangers. Like I said, I'd love to beat Wayne Gretzky's 894 as a part of the New York Rangers. I feel like that would be very fitting. So let's get to the next season. And so the year is now 2036, and we are the New York Rangers captain. We signed a 2-year contract with them. Our character is now 34 years old, and his production, as far as goal scoring wise, is dropping a little bit as we go under the 40 goal mark. But we're still scoring 107 points because somehow we squeezed 70 assists out of that season, so we are still sending it. Like, we are still doing very, very well. And Connor McDavid is also sending it. He is having a little bit of a resurgence. He's actually, I believe, in the top 10 in NHL scoring. Where is Mr. McDavid? Mr. McDavid is right freaking here, right next to Nikita Brostonov, who is also 34 years old. He is falling off a little bit quicker than me, but it's fine. He's still got 63 assists. He's still very productive. But look at Connor, man. 39 years of age. Probably not even remotely close to the same skater he was. Oh, Lord. Can you imagine McDavid with 84 speed? Come on, man. He's still out here, though. He's a very smart hockey player. He's got hands and everything. So 67 assists is the total. And my man's has got 2,000 points now. He passed that plateau with flying colors. He just obliterated it, honestly. The assist numbers are way up there as well. That is definitely top 3 all time now. And he might hit 800 goals if he decides to play another season, and he probably will because he signed a 2-year deal. At 38, he signed a 2-year deal, two-year deal contract. He signed a 2-year deal with the Avalanche. Obviously, I say 38 because he signed it when he was 38. He's 39 now, and he still has one more season left on that deal because we just ended the year. The Rangers, though, you know what? We ended in first place in this division, and it's the division with the defending Stanley Cup champions, so that's pretty darn good. Are we going to beat the Flyers in the first round, though? We've had a couple of disappointing playoff performances here as of late, and we'll see if we can finally put it all behind us and have one more deep playoff run. I don't know if we can, but it looks like we are definitely getting past the Flyers unless a catastrophe happens, and okay. Looked a little scary there for a second, but we got her done. We're off to the second round against who else? The New Jersey Devils, as we tie the first 2 games 1-1. We are now down to the third line. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Our character's getting old, and he's starting to be less effective, starting to give him less playing time so that they keep his quality of minutes high up there. He can't just full send. And who else? The Panthers. This could be our last shot. This could be the last time we are here in the conference finals, and here we go. Of course, it's against the Panthers. 2 games in, the series is tied 1-1. Can we finish it off, though? Come on, one more. Ooh, it doesn't look like it. It looks like the Panthers are going to take it. Man, there are so many pop-ups in this freaking mode. It is unbelievable. Let's go to the next game, and the series is over. We lose to the Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals. That sucks, man. That absolutely sucks. I hate that, but it is what it is. Next season, though, has something special for us.
The attack along the boards. Huge steal in his own end. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Right in the slot. Scores! That's 3!
I had 9 of these, James. It is such a cool thing to score 3. You feel so good about yourself. Sometimes you just gotta put your hands up and say, I can't do any more than that. He did all he could to try and stop that puck.
So that last goal that you saw was indeed the goal that made us the highest goal-scoring player of all time in the NHL, hitting 895, passing Wayne Gretzky, and now we are all by our lonesome in first place, and we absolutely dusted that record too. We finished the season with 923 goals. We damn near have 2,000 points. We are 1 assist shy of 1,000. We are out here, but at 35 years old, I don't think we got that much time left in us, man. But at right wing is our former rival, I guess, Mr. Kurt Tanguay of the Florida Panthers. He signed a long 7-year deal with the New York Rangers worth over $10 million a year. So he is set for life with that money, as he is 27. It's going to bring him until he's 34, maybe 35, depending on his birthday. So it's going to be pretty good for him. He's getting to join one of his favorite players, because I know I'm one of his favorite players. I mean, he's a sniper that came into the league a couple of seasons after me. So, you know, I know that, yeah, I know he doesn't want to say it, but let's just be real. I am one of his favorite players, and as I say that, the New York Rangers just continue the destruction of the Carolina Hurricanes. I am sorry, Lionel Fraser, I am very sorry, but we're going to have to just hand you this L as we storm through to the second round. Me and Kurt Tanguay on the same team is a very scary proposition. However, the Washington Capitals found the answer as we lose a second round playoff series, which means we are heading into our final career season in the NHL. We are going to retire as a 36-year-old. That's it. That is it. We're going to say, I'm hoping that the Rangers give me a 1-year deal, because that would be just perfect if that would happen. But I don't know. If they give me a 2-year deal, this is it. This is it. Whatever the Rangers offer me right now, if it's 1 year, we're playing 1 more year. If it's 2 years, we are playing 2 more years in the NHL. It's going to be all dependent on the New York Rangers. So as the draft lottery happens, wait, I think we actually got a pick out of that. I think that said the New York Rangers got a pick in the lottery, but I'm not too sure. Let's see about the contract offers. We are playing 2 more years in the NHL. And we were getting paid, too. That's still a lot of money for somebody that's that old. So you know what? We're going to re-sign with the New York Rangers, promptly making us lose the captaincy, which is very, very, very annoying. But hopefully that is fixed in NHL 21. I don't know yet. I know you can be a captain. I know for a fact you can be captain in NHL 21 because my friend has done it. So that is something to look forward to when we eventually reach that time in our career on our main Be a Pro series. By the way, hit your boy with a subscribe if I haven't said so already in the video. And after our first season of our final contract in the National Hockey League, the Rangers are actually a very, very competitive team. 49 wins. We're out here. We have a solid chance at the Stanley Cup again if we can just find it in us to compete in the playoffs. Now our characters dropped to an 88 overall. This is not looking good. That the age is starting to be a factor, but we were leading, or actually we won the goal scoring race in the NHL this season just by 2 points, but we did win it. Lionel Fraze, however, also aging in his mid-30s, is now an 89 overall, and he, with his 75-point performance, has just had the lowest scoring season in well over a decade, all the way back to his sophomore year is how far you have to go back for a lower scoring seasons. However, if you look at all of these, Lionel Fraze has actually broken a record. He has broken an NHL record for the longest Iron Man streak ever. Look at this. This man does not miss games. How many freaking years is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 NHL seasons without missing a single game. Most players don't even make it to 14 years playing in the show at all, and he's done it without missing a single game. That is unbelievable. Longest Iron Man streak of all time, and I mean, he's being very productive too. 1,700 points. I mean, come on. Come on. He's one of the great ones for sure. McDavid's stats that you saw previously were his final stats. He retired after that season, so unfortunately he did not fulfill the last year of that contract. As far as Nikita Brusterov goes, another 75-point guy, or 74-point guy here, just under Lionel Fraze, but that is okay. You know what? That's a little bit of a drop-off, but he's still performing pretty nicely, getting assists, you know, getting her done. 100 points seems to be where he topped out. Yeah, it is. But you know what? He still had a very good career with 1,100 points, 400 goals, damn near 800 assists. I mean, come on. You can't ask for much more than that. So everybody has played extremely well in this universe, and now it's just about, can one of us squeeze one more Stanley Cup out of our career? That's pretty much where we are at this point. But here we are at the end of our career, and it ends in the year 2039. Tomi Niemi was actually the team's leading scorer because we missed a fair amount of games, okay? We only played 73 games this year because the injuries are starting to get there, okay? It was a couple of nagging injuries in our final season, and it's just kind of a little bit of a warning sign that, hey, bud, you got to stop doing this. But look at Niemi. How do you do this? 6 goals and still had 95 assists. That man is unbelievable. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild. You could not make that shit up, man. Tomi Niemi. And yes, that is the Tomi Niemi that we had as a teammate in Boston. So that chemistry is coming in clutch. But as I said, still had 88 points out here. Over a point per game, 36 goals. We were still a very, very good player. And these are our final statistics. Over 1,000 goals in the NHL. Look at that. 2,116 points. That is amazing. Okay, we ended our career with a tremendous everything, dude. Every single stat is way up there. We are one of the great ones, man. Possibly the greatest one, but that's not up to me to decide that. Game-winning goals, I believe that is an NHL record for career game-winning goals. 149 is an absolute crazy amount of game-winning goals. So that's pretty darn good. Even though we only had 3, that was our lowest season in a while, eh? Yeah, it was, I don't think we've had a lower, nope. We have not had a lower game-winning goal season than our final one. So yes, at our final here, this has been one hell of a career, man. A lot of 50-goal seasons, a lot of 40-goal seasons, but really, it was time. You could see that it was no longer the same player playing out there, but he was still a very, very dominant player. Like I said, we're one of the great ones, you know, one of the GOATs. So we're still going to be very good even in old age, and I forgot to take a look at some other players, but we're going to retire at the age of 37. I feel like that's fair to retire this character. Obviously, EA doesn't have a retire button in NHL 20. I don't know if it's a thing in 21, but I guess we're going to have to find out. As far as Lionel Fraze, oh, it looks like Lionel Fraze is no longer here. It looks like he may have retired after that, unless he is on another team. I don't know. Oh, Tominiemi actually won the scoring title. How dope is that? We're going to go to right wingers. We are going to sort by name, and we're going to see if we can find my boy Lionel Fraze. Now, that starts with an F, so that should not take us that long. Oh, I think we passed him already. Wait, did I miss him? Oh, no, he's a Capital? He signed a 1-year deal with the Washington Capitals, unless he got traded in the final year of his contract. I don't know, but he has... Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, so 66 games for Lionel Fraze. He's still... Look at this man. He is out here. He might, if he really wants to try it and play another 2-3 more years, he could maybe get close to 2,000 points, but I don't think he's going to make it. How many goals, though? Oh, yeah, big time. Big time. He could definitely beat Wayne Gretzky's record by himself. Now, he's not going to catch me, who is now the NHL's leading scorer, or all-time leading goal scorer, but he could potentially beat Wayne Gretzky's goal-scoring record as well, man. So we had an absolutely incredible line in Edmonton. In retrospect, McDavid's stats, my stats, Fraze's stats, that was the greatest line we have ever seen in the NHL. I don't think there is any debate about that whatsoever. That was the greatest line ever seen. Now, we need to go here to the Arizona Coyotes and look at Mr. Oh, those are left wingers, or right wingers. Look at Mr. Brewsterov, another solid 75-point season for him. I don't know if he's going to retire here, but he's 37. He's got 1,200 points. He's got nearly 500 goals. He might actually stay one more year to get that 500th goal. I know the real Nikita Brewsterov is quite fond of Mr. Matt Sundin, so I would not be surprised if he played one more year to do it. He would have to do it. He would have to have a pretty good season, but I believe he can do it. And that is it, man. That is going to be the end of our career. We have one last playoff run, and after that, it's over. Now, I'm not playing because this is past our prime. We just don't get to play these. Let's see that we enter the playoffs with an 88 overall rating. We're going to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. This would be the perfect ending. Can we beat the Winnipeg Jets in our last season and get one more cup ring for the veteran, man? One more cup. Oh, don't lose in the finals. They might. It looks like they are. All right, you know what? We made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. There's nothing to be ashamed of. 37 years old, over 2,000 points, and that's pretty much going to be the end of our career. We're going to go to this point, and that's where we will announce our retirement. Now, obviously, there is no button for retiring in NHL 20. Like I said, I hope they add that in NHL 21, but that is what happens to this character after their prime. I hope you enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed my NHL 20 series. It prepared me for NHL 21, and so far my NHL 21 series is going absolutely amazing. So hopefully my 21 character can have as good of a career as this one did. But I guess you're going to have to tune in and find out, man. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you enjoyed the entire NHL 20 series, or just this quick epilogue episode if you're new here, you know? And if you did, please hook your boy up and punch the like button in the face, spam the hell out of it, comment, and subscribe. I'm G20, man. As always, I love you guys. Thank you for your time throughout this entire series, man. And I'm out this bitch. Peace.